Miss Castro, man. Guys, it's time for me to go. My name is Daniel Mingo. You can call me DJ Mingo. Catch me off air. My handle everywhere is at I am DJ Mingo. Back on your radio, God willing, Monday, 2 p.m. Bring you another beautiful show. I'm next is Eyewitness News. Enjoy the rest of your evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am out.
Congratulations, and I wish you well. Take care of yourself. Bye.
Oh, yeah. 97.3. Come on. Let's go.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the traffic.
94, 95, 96, 97.3 Citi FM. It doesn't get any better than that. Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM. Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
.3 Citi FM. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Eyewitness News. Coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. I am Sami Wiafe. Tonight I'm here with
Ejibi Wiafe Akente.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes.
The Commission wishes to announce a downward adjustment in electricity tariffs of an average reduction of 4.81% and a 3.06% reduction in water tariffs.
Public Utility Regulatory Commission (PRC) announces reduction in water and electricity tariff effective 1st April 2026. Tonight, we get details of the PRC statement. Also coming up on Eyewitness News, Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies projects 16.98% increase in petrol and 17.21% in diesel in the next pricing window. And later, 19-year-old pregnant woman battled for her life after sustaining gunshot wounds that led to the loss of her 8-month-old pregnancy. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Also coming up in business.
Securities and Exchange Commission highlights REITs as key to deepening Ghana's capital markets.
Eyewitness News is live on our affiliates across the country, around the globe. We're on citynewsroom.com. And talking about affiliates.
In the Western region, we're live on Adrimpa 100.7 FM in Takwa Beach, 105.5 FM in Sky, 93.5 FM both in Takrade. In the Bono region, tune in to Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyane. In the Ashanti region, we're live on Adrimpa 99.9 FM in Nkarie. In the Volta region, tune in to Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoi and Freedom 88.1 FM in Sogakope. In the Northern region, we're live on Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. In the Upper East, tuning to Quality 88.7 FM in Garu and Boga 102.7 FM in Bogatanga. In the Northeast region, it's Nobia 98.1 FM in Nalerigu. And in the Upper West region, tune in to Pupeli 92.7 FM in Wa.
You can also join a conversation with your WhatsApp message. The number is 0539 986 996. 0539 986 996. Let's go to our first story because the Public Utility Regulatory Commission (PURC) has announced a reduction in electricity and water tariff effective the 1st of April 2026. Now, under the new adjustment, electricity tariff is expected to decrease by an average of 4.81%, whilst water also expected to reduce by 3.06%. Let's get more on this and go to the phone line and speak to Dr. Eric Kofi Obute. He's the Director of Research and Corporate Affairs at the Public Utility Regulatory Commission. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. The number one question is, what has prompted this reduction?
Thank you very much, Sami, and thank you for having me. Number one, in the minor tariff adjustment, we consider 4 factors which are beyond the control of the service provider. And those factors basically are the exchange rate between the Ghana Citi and the US dollar, the inflation rate, local inflation rate, Ghana inflation rate, the fuel cost, which is the weighted average cost of gas, and then the generation mix between hydro and thermal. Now, if you look at all these four factors, we have been on the downward trend. If you take the exchange rate, for instance, the last tariff window, we used an exchange rate of about 12 cedis to the dollar. In this tariff window, we are using about 11 cedis to the dollar. And that's an average of about 6.78% reduction. If you take inflation, the last tariff, we used about 8% to compute the tariff. This time around, we are using an average inflation rate of about 4.17. And that's also a reduction of about 47.92%. Now, if you take these two factors alone, that is enough to drive the price of the tariff down. So those are the factors that actually affect the decrease in the tariff, even though the weighted average cost of gas increased marginally by 2.84%.
So in the next one, which is the first, when consumers go buy, let's say, electricity or water, do their payment, this particular reduction is going to take effect.
For prepaid customers, it will take effect from the 1st of April. They will see the effect from the 1st of April. But for the postpaid customers, it will be at the end of April when they are going to pay their bills. That's when they will see the effect of the tariff.
And for the water?
Yes, the same thing. For the water, we have postpaid meters. So they will see the reduction in their bills at the end of April because the tariff is supposed to kick in from the 1st of April.
And you think this will come as a relief to consumers because consumers have complained in recent times?
Yes, that's the more reason. We said the Commission has always said that anytime these four parameters that we mentioned, we move in a particular direction. Obviously, the Commission also take a second look at the tariffs again and make sure that the consumers benefit from the gain or the loss. Now, if we look at this current tariff, consumers are supposed to benefit from the exchange rate appreciation. Previously, the exchange rate which you used, which was 12 cedis, and we are looking at 11 cedis. That means that the utilities have over-recovered their revenues. So we need to claw back that one and give it to consumers. So exactly that's what we are doing, so that at least it will give a relief to consumers instead of constantly maybe jacking up the tariffs.
So one of the indicators was the fuel cost. In recent time, we've seen what's happening in the Middle East, which a lot of people have predicted, including the oil marketing companies, that there could be a possibility of an increase in fuel prices at the pump. If it's one of your mix, it means the next pricing window there could be some changes to this.
Basically, most of the thermal plants are fired on gas. Okay, so it all depends on the gas prices that we get on the world market. We use a combination of gas from Gas, that's Nigeria, supplies us with gas. We get gas from Jubilee, we get gas from Sankofa, we get gas from TEN. So we put all the prices that we get from the various sources into a pot and we weight it. And that is what will determine the price that we are getting. So it will all depend on what happens in the next pricing window. PRC does not have control over that. So whatever happens, and that's what we use to price the product.
Dr. Booth, another aspect of your statement talks about a tariff which is going to be introduced on commercial electronic vehicles. Tell us more about this.
Well, in recent times, the government is trying to make sure that we actually go green. So around the world, everybody is trying to go green. So what's happening is that of late we see a lot of electric vehicles around town. Now, those electric vehicles, most people charge from their homes. We're trying to make sure that there are people who are now putting in place charging points or charging stations. So those charging stations must have a regulated price, just like a fuel station will have a regulated price, that it cannot go beyond that particular price. So per kilowatt hour of charge, there must be a price, and PURC is actually undertaking the exercise, and that's how come we started with the e-vehicles pricing.
So this will be for only those who own these EV vehicles?
Yes, obviously, if you don't own an e-vehicle and you own the normal combustion engine cars, then you have to go and buy fuel at the fuel pumps. But if you own an EV and you want to charge from the charging stations, then you will pay the price that the charging stations are charging. If you are charging from home, it will be much more expensive for you to charge from home than to charge from the vending stations.
Doc, a quick one also. In respect of these tariff adjustments which you have announced, are the utility companies in support of this? Because we know that they've always asked that, they get more in terms of increments.
Well, the good thing is that the service providers know that in the quarterly review of the tariffs, it can either go up go down or be at the same level, depending on the factors that we mentioned. And we have made them to understand, they all understand that once there's a benefit which you have gained that they are not supposed to gain, we bring it back to consumers. So far we've not had any agitation or complaints from the service provider. It's something which we have done in the past and we continue to do, because when the tariffs have to go up, they don't complain about it. If it's coming down as well, then there'll be no need to complain about it. We are just doing what we're supposed to do. We get relief for consumers as well, just as when the service providers need an upward adjustment, we give them that one as well.
Doc, there's an issue that also came up last week, and since you are here, let me also ask you, is about the use of prepaid and how prepaid customers have complained in recent times about the depletion of their credit. I know very well that you had a meeting with the ECG on this matter. What is the latest on this?
Well, the latest on it is that ECG, in collaboration with the Ghana Standards Authority, are undertaking meter testing around the country to be sure, and especially in areas that are endemic with this problem, to be sure that whatever it is not the fault of the meter, or it is as a result of the meter, it's the defective meter of the meter. So when their report is out, then we'll be able to determine exactly the next line of action. However, the PURC itself is also conducting independent surveys. So as we speak, the whole of this week into next week, our officers are on the field gathering data, talking to people in the various communities. We are all over the country, talking to people in the various communities and gathering all the data. We will feed it into a research package. We will come out with findings, and that will present to the board. And the board will take that one and take a decision on it. Once a decision is taken, we will communicate to the public.
So there's a relief coming for prepaid consumers. Some assurance?
For now, I cannot say until the figures come out, until we have, because I cannot jump the gun when I have not seen the figures. So if the figures come out and we see exactly what it is, then we can say, yes, there will be some relief or there will be no relief. But for now, we just have to wait.
Doc, thank you very much for your time as always. Dr. Eric Kofi Obute is Director of Research and Corporate Affairs at the Public Utility Regulatory Commission. Let's just stay on this matter and speak to the Deputy Ranking Member on the Energy Committee, a Member of Parliament for the Ifija Kwabre North constituency in the Ashanti region, a former Deputy Energy Minister under the administration of President Akufo-Addo. Collins, thank you very much for your time. The PRC says it's about time Ghanaian consumers enjoy some relief, and so they've announced some reduction. As a committee on energy in Parliament, what do you make of this announcement?
Well, let me say good evening to yourself and to your listeners and maybe your viewers. Yes, I'm excited about the announcement, but it was expected. I had made this comment a few days ago that it would have been strange if PURC had announced anything but a reduction. And so I'm not surprised that there's been some reduction. As a committee from the minority side, we are now doing our own calculations to see whether this reduction couldn't have even been more than the one we have now. But generally, I think we are excited about the reduction. And the indicators were pointing to that direction. As you know, there are four main key determinants of tariff adjustment: exchange rate, inflation, generation mix, and that of the cost of gas. And the two main determinants that normally fluctuate, which is the exchange rate and inflation, were coming down. And so it was quite obvious that at a point in time, we're going to have this kind of relief. In fact, I was expecting this announcement in the first quarter of this year. I'm surprised it has taken this long. So I'm not surprised at all at the reduction, but of course, a big relief for the Ghanaian consumer.
4%, 3% enough?
As I said, we are yet to do our calculations from the minority side to see whether 4%, 3% is enough. But the general announcement of a reduction is welcomed. As I said, by the time we are done with our calculation, we'll be in the position to tell whether the reduction should have been more or less. Don't forget that in the third quarter, the AU used an exchange rate of 12.37, which was above the 11.97 that was supposed to be used, because they tell us that there was an under recovery in the third quarter. And so they had to find a way of recouping that loss. Fortunately for us, at the end of the fourth quarter, inflation it was around 6%. Exchange rate had dropped down to about 10%. And so while they had tagged us about 11.97%, inflation exchange rate itself relatively was hovering around 10%, 10 cities. So I was expecting that when it went up, you came back to recover. So if it has come down, they should be giving us some relief. So I'm not surprised at all. As I said, after our calculation, I'll be in a better position to say whether the 3%, 4% is enough or not.
The PRC also announced some new tariff for commercial electronic vehicles, charging them some tariff in respect of those who own this. Is it about time, Ghana decides to go green and not only some selected people who have the luxury of owning it?
Well, what is happening on the international market is, if it's anything to go by, I think the next focus for any government, of course, it should be thinking green. It started from our government. I recall this EV machine case in the buses, the EV buses that came in. I'm happy they want to continue that plan, because it is quite clear that we don't have too much control of what happens on the international market. It will be better for us to reduce our risk by investing in these kind of EV machines, which will not normally require crude or liquid fuel to power. So I'm all for it. It's good if government wants to pursue that. I think it's a wonderful idea.
Talking about what's happening in the international market, I'm sure you've privy to what's happening within the Middle East and the attacks. We are told by the oil marketing companies that we should brace up and prepare ourselves for possible increase in fuel prices at the pump. As a committee, have you had any briefing from the Energy Ministry on what measures have been put in place so far to mitigate the plight of Ghanaians in the event of these increments showing up?
We're supposed to have a meeting today. The minister called to inform us that he himself will not be available to attend. It was on a different matter. The deputy minister came and he gave a brief hint that there's some meetings going on between the NPA, the ministry, and some of the agencies that deal within that sector, the downstream sector. Now, unfortunately for government's a little bit handicapped when it comes to the international crude oil prices, because we don't control it. What government controls are the levies and taxes that are hit, and margins that are hit on the petroleum buildup. I'm not too sure if at this particular point in time, government would like to tweak or touch that particular aspect. But if the war between Israel, Iran, US continues, I'm sure it will get to a point that government has to cushion the Ghanaian consumer. And the only option they have is to maybe suspend some of the levies on the petroleum buildup or scrap it in totality, which should be a decision by government. But as I said, if the war continues into maybe 1 month, 2 months, then I'm sure that will be the last option for government.
But would that be enough? Scrapping some of the levies and taking some off, would that be enough?
Well, it will give us some relief, obviously. If you take the up currently, if the let's say petrol is 10 cedis, it includes the 1 Ghana cedi levy that was put on ESLA. So if you take that 1 Ghana cedi out, it means petrol could be selling at 9 cedis. So any levy that is suspended or taken off, or any margin that is reduced or taken off, obviously will lead to some relief or reduction at the pump. It may not be enough, but you can imagine if that is not even taken out at all. So difficult times demand difficult decisions, and I'm sure government is looking at all the permutations.
Collins, thank you very much for your time. Collins,
it's important if you give me the chance. Hello?
I'm here.
You have to give me the chance. I think all this while, in 2015, the first, second, third, fourth quarter, there were increments. When we complained, and I'm sure you heard it, government's response was that these were conditions that were signed by the SWAL MPP government under the IMF conditions. Clearly, this current reduction vindicates our position that the adjustment was not necessarily an upward adjustment, and that it depends on the economic indicators at any particular point in time. I just thought it was important that I debunk that assertion. I mean, the current reduction, when Ghana is still under an IMF program, should be enough to put to rest the argument that Ghana or the MPP signed onto a conditionality that required an increment of prices at any point in time. This reduction it's a vindication that that was not what we signed. Indeed, what we did was to sign to a quarterly adjustment and not a quarterly increase. This particular reduction vindicates the position we've always held.
Collins, thank you very much for your time. Collins Adwokwa Mensah is Deputy Ranking Member on the Energy Committee of Parliament and also the Member of Parliament for the Fija Kwabre North constituency in the Ashanti region, a former Deputy Energy Minister under the MPP administration. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll speak to the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies because they're projecting some 16.98% increase in petrol and 17.21% in diesel in the next pricing window.
The Commission wishes to announce a downward adjustment in electricity tariffs of an average
Eyewitness
reduction
News.
of
Be there as it happens.
Are you ready to revolutionize the future of agriculture? The Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, in partnership with the Ghana Exim Bank, proudly presents the Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026. The fair will feature exhibitions, market linkages, masterclasses, and workshops on climate-smart farming, digital tools, and export development. Join us at the Black Star Square from March 17 to March 19 at 9 a.m. each day. The President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be assisted by the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofusue-Jari, and the Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank, Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, to open the fair. Government agencies, agrotech firms, startups, farmers, financial institutions, and the general public are all welcome. To exhibit or for inquiries, call 0559 679326 or 0242 585419. Media partners: Daily Graphic, Media General, Radio Gold, Citi FM, and Channel 1 TV. Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026, transforming agribusiness through local innovation and technology.
Get ready to save big with Shop LG at Max Buy promo. Enjoy up to 30% discount plus amazing gifts like LG handheld Bluetooth speakers, brand souvenirs, etc. Better LG products beer, na Max Buy and Soto. Say a TV, washing machine, refrigerator, soundbar. Oh, and you acquire Max Buy outlet here this way. Na koya was shopping. Medina, Junction Mall, West Hills Mall, Circle, Dacoman Junction, La Paz, and Itakradi store. Shop LG, Shop Max Buy. Better Itel A100 smartphone and an Itel 32 and a 43-inch TV. Now for free young phone, Ecofie. What's here? Call 054-401-9552 or visit maxbuy.com.gh.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. We're still stay within the energy sector.
The National Petroleum Authority has set new price falls for petroleum products for the second pricing window of March. The revised minimum ex-pump prices indicate increases across petrol, diesel, and liquefied petroleum gas compared to the first pricing window of the month. More in the following report filed by Daniel Sakite.
This reflects movement in global oil prices and the exchange rate. Petrol price floor has increased to 11 cedis 57 pesos per litre, up from 10 cedis 46 pesos per litre recorded in the first pricing window of March. Diesel's price floor has risen sharply to 14 cedis 35 pesos per litre from 11 cedis 42 pesos per litre, while LPG has climbed to 10 cedis 67 pesos per kilogram, up from 9 cedis 38 pesos per kilogram. This represents increases of 1 cedi 11 pesos for petrol, 2 cedis 93 pesos for diesel, and 1 cedi 29 pesos for LPG within the same month. The price floor set by the NPA represent the minimum allowable selling price under Ghana's petroleum pricing framework. However, they do not represent the final pump price paid by consumers, as several cost elements remain outside the price floor computation. These include premiums charged by international oil trading companies, operating margins for bulk import distribution and export companies, as well as margins set by oil marketing companies and dealers. These costs are typically added before final retail pump prices are determined. The upward adjustment comes as analysts project fuel price increases in the second pricing window of March, largely driven by rising global crude prices amid renewed geopolitical tensions in the Middle East. Consumers could face further pressure at the pumps as the revised petroleum pricing guidelines takes effect from the second pricing window of March, effectively removing the ability of oil marketing companies and LPG marketing companies to offer fuel price discounts. It remains unclear how major players such as Guel and Star Oil will respond in the coming days, particularly in terms of pricing strategies aimed at maintaining market share in an increasingly competitive downstream market.
Daniel Sakite with that report.
Let's go to the phone line and speak to the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies and their CEO, Dr. Rivison Opon, joins us on the telephone line because they have released a report in respect of a projection for the next pricing window, which is the 16th of March 2026. And it says that pricing outlook for March 16, 2026. Doug, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. But before I speak to you on this report and the projection you released, the NPA has announced the floor price which will take effect. Your initial reaction to that? Hello, Doctor.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Doug. Can you hear me?
Fantastic. Yes. So yes, we've seen the price loss. Yeah. So the price loss are not necessarily the expected pump prices, and as you and I know, pump prices are total expected cost of purchase. That's the cost price plus margins for the BDCs and the OMCs and even the premiums. All right. That's why you realize that our outlook is a bit different from what MPA is publishing. And let's not confuse the two. MPA's price floor is not the expected cost. I mean, the expected price at the pumps, so that when you go and you see a different price, you're not surprised.
Exactly why we've called you, for you to really explain to us, which you have done. Now, let's talk about your projection. You are projecting that in the next pricing window, we should get petrol, increase by 16.93%, and then diesel 17.21%. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, so you realize that our percentage increase is different from the percentage increase of NPA, right? Whereas NPA is looking at a very high percentage increase because they're looking at just the margin of the cost oil, right? And we are looking at all other factors, that i.e. the taxes, the levies, the margins which are constant, and the SREF, all right, based on how the 2 week or the window selling price or the pricing window has been. So in essence, you are right. We are looking at for a cash purchase petrol to be sold at above 14 cedis per liter and diesel 15.8 per liter. And for those who are doing the credit, should be selling diesel around 16.10 Ghana cedis, and then petrol for 14.32 Ghana cedis respectively. And this mainly because of the averages we picked for the previous window, that's the pricing window, and the current pricing window, which was 71.41 versus $86.55 per barrel.
Doug, explain this to us again. So on Monday, which is the 16th of March, when I go to the pump to go get fuel, am I going to see two different increments, one from the MPA and then one from the OMCs?
So, like I said, MPA's price floor is not a selling price; it's a cost price.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And selling price is what? Cost price plus profit or margin. You get it? So what MP has given is a minimum at which anybody can sell anyway, same as the cost price.
But based on market outlook, in terms of pricing, what we are saying is that you should expect between 14.02 to 14.32 as a nominal price for petrol and 15.80 to 16.10 for diesel. LPG is also increasing to 15.91 to 16.21, depending on where you get your product from.
So when I go on Monday, this is what I should expect. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's the range we are looking at.
Okay, so this is just for the next pricing window, which starts on the 1st of March. When next is the pricing window?
16th, yeah.
The 16th, sorry. The 16th. When next is the pricing window?
1st of April.
Looking into the future and what is happening in the Middle East, are we likely to see this maintain or an increment in the next pricing window? Just a projection.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the war not ending, because every prediction will be based on the war stops. This will be stable or even go down. But if the war pertains, things might go up.
So, if the war goes on, the 14 that we are seeing for petrol may also shoot up in the next pricing window.
Yes, you are right. Because remember, we are using the averages of increase. And if I tell that the average of the window that we're looking at is 8.6, and then you knowing that for last week, for this week, we have been around 95 to 100. It tells you that now when you move to 95 instead of 86, that's a 10% increase already, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Right.
It means there's trouble ahead.
Well, it's trouble everywhere, not only in Ghana. Australia is selling at the highest price ever in history. UK is selling at more than £2 per litre, which they cannot comprehend. It's not only in Ghana. Nigeria is doing the same.
Doc, I'll say a big thank you for your time. Dr. Rivers Napon is CEO of the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, or COMAC as we call them, announcing that from the 16th of March, which is Monday, we should expect increment at the pump, around 14 cedis for petrol, around 16 cedis a litre for diesel. And from what he said, if the war or the attacks in the Middle East should continue, we should see more increments at the pump. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. A number of your WhatsApp messages are in. Let me read a few. Akapo in Harfomim says, the decision to reduce prices at the utility is welcoming. However, we call for investigations into the unwarranted increase in these bills, which always get to us. Abi National Inwa says, good news to hear the reduction of utility. This tells you that this government is a listening government. We the people, Noyarifa says, the news of tariff reduction is music to my ears. Congratulations to the Public Utility Regulatory Commission. Daniel in Sandema said the decision to reduce the tariff increment effective 1st of April shows the people-centered leadership of President John Dramani Mahama and his commitment to easing the burden of Ghanaians. This is a sharp contrast to what we saw in the previous administration. Jones Adoboy Inla says, good evening, Sammy. Good evening. The reduction in utility demonstrates the government's commitment to save and listen to Ghanaians, not to ignore them like it happened years ago. Nkrumah Isaac from Tamale says, the job from the electricity ministry is the best, but we pay 40 cedis as service charge every month in Tamale, aside the prepaid we use, which the ECG brought. The government should come and rescue us. Final one, it came without any. It says, we are a great nation and the government is doing a good job by listening to the ordinary Ghanaian. We still stay within the energy sector.
The Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, is urging the NPA to abolish the price floor for fuel, noting that it hinders oil marketing companies from setting fair prices and exacerbates financial pressures.
I do think that the NPA should desist from publishing the price floor. As an authority, once you are publishing or informing, You are simply telling the industry to be careful and that prices are simply going up or going downwards. That, for me, should not be entertained. But beyond that, you and I know very well that the Israeli-American-Iran conflict would have some impact. And that impact, we cannot run away from it because we simply didn't plan for our people. You hear conversations of we have 6 weeks of stock. That stock is private capital stock. And so where you have the private businesses bring in products and knowing very well that if they bring the next consignment, they will pay more, they will simply not let go whatever stock they have cheaply.
Executive Secretary of Chamber of Petroleum Companies, Duncan Amwa.
You're listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. We'll go for a break. When we come back, we have more stories.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go, Gugomi. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Yo, Anna. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're also listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. The GB has some more stories.
The minority in Parliament is calling for a suspension of the ongoing security service recruitment exercise and address challenges associated with the process. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, the minority leader, Alexander Penyomakin, reiterated concerns with the AI aptitude tests for the exercise.
Can the recruitment exercise be suspended so that these things are properly ironed out? Because the system that has been introduced, Mr. Speaker, for want of a better word, is duping the youth. The students, the youth are being duped. It's like a scam. How can you go to an IT, a so-called AI platform? You want to go to immigration, then it asks you what is the size of a basketball court. AI, as I know, must be programmed, must be internalized so that the particular purpose is achieved. You cannot be generic in the use of AI. You won't get the desired result. My colleague Sam George is here. He's an IT expert. He knows that area more than I do.
You heard Minority Leader Alexander Apenyomakin. Now, the president of Imani Africa, Franklin Kujo, is urging government to be transparent in its dealings. The comment follows clarifications provided by government on President Mohammed's use of his brother's private jet. Speaking to Citi News, Franklin Kujo asked government to be upfront with information rather than wait to be queried about it.
This is exactly what they should have put out even before people start questioning it, because there must be some justifiable reason why the president will be using the display. And for us, we just wanted to know why it is the case. You are telling us that maybe your presidential, the jet itself is faulty or it's not ready yet, or there are issues. Let us know if you're using an alternative plane. That's all. I mean, that's what I think they should do. And then just write that, look, he's charging us so. And then you make those rationalizations, and that's it. For me, that's what I thought they should have just leveled in the public rather than just wait for us to start guessing and all of that. I don't think that was a better way of managing things at all.
That was the president of Imani Africa, Franklin Kujo. Now, Parliament has approved the Education Regulatory Bodies Amendment Bill 2026, making the acquisition of a presidential charter by private universities optional and removing the mandatory 6-year timeline previously required for chartering. Government says the compulsory charter requirement created practical challenges for private institutions, many of which struggled to meet the 6-year deadline due to the high fees payable to the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission (GTEC). Speaking on the floor of Parliament during the second reading of the bill, the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, defended the amendment, saying it would provide much-needed flexibility for private tertiary institutions.
Speaker, government recognizing the contribution of private tertiary institutions in the country, numbering over 79, have made significant contribution to the provision of higher education in Ghana and quality education across the country. Mr. Speaker, forcing all these institutions to charter, as it appears in the current GTEC Act, Act 1023, may lead to the collapse of some 79 private institutions who do not have the capacity to stand on their own as affirmed by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. Providers are significant stakeholders and partners in enhancing access to quality higher education in Ghana so that we can safeguard the investment that many other Ghanaians have made in the provision of tertiary education.
Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu. Over to you, Sami.
Let's go to the Ashanti region now. There's a sad story developing because a 19-year-old pregnant lady is battling for her life at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital after suffering gunshot wounds that led to the loss of her 8-month-old pregnancy. The victim was reportedly hit by stray bullets when a confrontation broke out between two factions during a burial service for the Queen Mother, one of the Queen Mothers in the Ashanti region. Let's go into the phone line and speak to our correspondent, Doris Lonta, to give us more details on this story. Doris, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Tell us more about this rather sad story.
Good evening, Sammy. So this unfortunate incident happened at Shao in the Achoma Uwebeja South municipality of the Ashanti region. And this happened yesterday around 9 p.m. when a team was going to carry a Queen Mother of according to reports, there was some form of confrontation between two factions and leading to gunshots. And unfortunately, the 19-year-old pregnant woman was shot, and when she was rushed to the hospital, she lost the pregnancy and in critical condition at Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Also, a 14-year-old also suffered gunshots, according to reports, in the eye, and she is also in a very critical situation. Aside that, there were also people who suffered from machete injuries, and they have been treated and discharged. So, Samet, that's what is happening. That's what happened at in the Achuma South municipality of the Ashanti.
Why the confrontation that led to such, casualties?
So according to reports, there's a long-standing land litigation between two chiefs in the area, Bestianse and then that of Shiao. It's one town, but we have two chiefs who are actually taking care of the place, and one is claiming ownership of the entire community, and the other one is not in agreement. So there's some form of litigation, land litigation between them. And so, according to reports, this might have led to the shooting incident that happened yesterday, because the Queen Mother in question is a Queen Mother of Bestianse, and the current Bestianse chief is the son. So he was actually going to bury his mom when this incident happened.
And police are investigating this matter. What have the police said so far?
When I spoke with the assembly member earlier, he told me he was at the police station to report the incident and to also seek their intervention to ensure that there's calm in the community.
Doris, thank you very much for your time. Doris Lonta is our Ashanti regional correspondent, bringing us up to speed on a developing story where a 19-year-old pregnant lady is battling for her life at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital after suffering gunshot wounds that led to the loss of her 8-month-old pregnancy. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Jubi, you have more stories?
Yeah, so health officials in the Asante Achim North Municipality of the Ashanti region have raised concerns over a surge in maternal deaths. The Director of Health Services, Roland Mia, attributed the situation to delayed referrals from nearby districts due to long distances and poor road networks. He spoke to journalists on the sidelines of the 2025 Annual Performance Review.
Last year, we had 2 maternal deaths. Last 2 years, we did same performance. It was 3 years ago, we recorded a 0 maternal death. We thought we could sustain those gains as what happened 3 years ago. Unfortunately, we had 2 deaths in 2024 and 2025, respectively. We have taken stock of all these deaths. We have audited them. The recommendations that came up out of the audits have also been duly implemented to make sure that such occurrences don't happen. The challenge has always been with our sister facilities, referrals from sister districts. Some of these things are as a result of the fact that they don't get the quality of care as pregnant women or as expectant mothers in their various facilities or communities. And then sometimes we have delays in the referral systems, and these things normally aggravate the outcomes, which we will normally see as death. We have had a series of stakeholder engagements with our sister districts to see how we can map out strategies together to mitigate the negative effects of some of these outcomes.
The municipal health director added that hypertension and other non-communicable diseases also have seen a rise. He stated that the directorate is implementing screening programs, community awareness campaigns, and health promotion activities to detect cases early and link them to care.
We have mapped out certain strategies. We are now doing a lot of screening. We are doing a lot of community and facility-based screenings. And once we screen, we will detect cases. And the idea is that we are able to pick these cases on time and then link them to care for the cases to be managed properly. And I think it is important that we are moving in this direction because there are a whole lot of factors accounting for this. From dietary-related factors to lifestyle-related factors. And we are using a lot of platforms, including our health promotion activities, to create awareness about the negative impact some of these chronic disease conditions can have on you and your family, and then to look at how we can carve a roadmap in terms of how we can mitigate again the effect of some of these conditions through various channels. We have been given a platform on the airwaves to always discuss these things. And during our OPD sessions, we make sure that some of these things are highlighted. We do a lot of community awareness campaigns to bring to board or to speed issues surrounding these NCDs.
Roland Mia is the Director of Health Services in the Asante Achim North Municipality of the Ashanti region. The Northern Regional Police Command has announced the formation of a Special Operations Task Force known as the Red Maria to replace The redeployed IGP Special Operations Team, popularly known as the Black Maria, which left Tamale last week. The departure of the Black Maria team sparked concerns among some young groups in the region who called for immediate return. Northern Regional Police Commander DCOP Wisdom Lavo said the newly constituted Red Maria Task Force has already begun operations and has made some arrests.
55 of the suspects have been sent to court, and then 57 are under investigation. Out of the 55 sent to court, 9 have been convicted, 5 sentenced, and 4, their sentences are deferred. And then 46 are awaiting trial. A total of 41 motorbikes have so far been impounded. I want to take the opportunity to say that the Red Maria has come to stay. We therefore need cooperation from the general public to volunteer successful or vital information on the hideouts.
That was Northern Regional Police Commander DCOP Wisdom Level.
You're also listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. We'll go for a break, but before that, Citi Business News is brought to you by Republic Bank. We are the one for you. Join the Republic verse. Do more, shine more, big up.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house,
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejibi Wiafe Akentin. Let's settle for the details. Regional ministers within the Economic Community of West African States say the full implementation of the bloc's Economic, Social and Cultural Council ECOSOC will be critical to breaking trade barriers and accelerating economic growth across the sub-region. The ministers argue that bringing businesses, civil society and other non-state actors into the regional decision-making process will help address long-standing constraints to trade, investment and economic cooperation within the bloc. Speaking on the sidelines of the validation meeting of ministers on the operationalization of ECOSOC in Accra, Sierra Leone's Minister for Social Protection, Melrose Carmenti, urged member states to commit to the Council's full rollout.
It's a fantastic move by ECOWAS, and the operationalization of this means a lot to us, and that is why we're here, and I believe we're going to adopt this. Oh, absolutely important. In fact, not only trade, but many other things that brings us together as a people. Even our movements, which is so crucial. I mean, you have to be able to move fast to be able to talk about trade. So all of that is going to be affected by this, and we're very pleased about the move. And we want to really thank ECOWAS and the team that has put this together to be able to operationalize the ECOSOC.
Sierra Leone's Minister for Social Protection, Melrose Carmenti. As regulators and developers work to deepen Ghana's capital markets and expand access to long-term investment assets, the Deputy Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mensa Thompson, says real estate investment trusts could unlock greater participation in the country's commercial property markets, Speaking at the launch of Rangoon Real Estate Investment PLC, he said structured real estate investment vehicles can help mobilize capital that has historically limited access to large-scale property projects.
Real estate has long been regarded as one of the most established and tangible forms of investments. However, direct property ownership often requires significant capital commitments, ongoing management responsibilities, and offers limited liquidity for investors. It is within this context that real estate investment trusts have emerged globally as an important innovation within the capital market by allowing investors to participate in professionally managed portfolios of income-generating real estate. REITs provide a more accessible and structured way to invest in property assets. REITs have played an important role enabling long-term savings to be channeled into productive assets such as commercial property, housing, and urban infrastructure. They also create opportunities to mobilize investment from a wider range of participants, including institutional investors, pension funds, and members of the Ghanaian diaspora. Within this broader context, Rangoon Real Estate Investment PLC represents a welcome addition to the evolving landscape of Ghana's capital market.
Mensa Thompson is a Deputy Director General, Finance at the Security and Exchange Commission. The Executive Director of Gold Key Properties Limited, Cynthia Darko-Akwe, said the creation of the REIT was a strategic move to align the company's real estate assets with the evolving structure of Ghana's capital markets.
The decision to launch a REIT was intentional. Ghana's capital markets are evolving. Institutional investors, pension funds, asset managers, development finance institutions are seeking structured, income-generating alternatives beyond traditional fixed income. At the same time, real estate as an asset class must mature. It must move from developer-led concentration towards broader ownership, transparency in governance, and capital recycling. Rangoon REIT accomplishes three important objectives. It unlocks value from stabilized assets without destabilizing them. It allows long-term investors to participate in prime commercial real estate. It creates a scalable platform for future portfolio expansion. This is how markets deepen. This is how assets become institutions.
Cynthia Darko-Akwe is the Executive Director of Gold Key Properties and Group Chief Operating Officer of CH Group. Now, the Association of Licensed Courier Companies is calling for a more inclusive approach to the rollout of a digital platform intended to regulate courier service operations. The association is urging government to proceed cautiously and plans to clamp down on illegal operators, stressing the need to ensure that all licensed members are adequately onboarded onto the platform.
So we agreed to have a meeting with them on Wednesday, coming Wednesday, that's next week, so that we will be able to get clear understanding. Because initially, when we had a meeting or the stakeholder engagement in the Ministry of Communication, that has to with the minister, there was nothing like, I can't remember, there was nothing like there will be integration into our API, private companies. And secondly, I asked them, so what about startup company, new companies who do not have the finance to, use technologies, who are operating manually or analog? What happens to those companies? They said they are creating a platform for them to, put them on. And as we speak now, the platform is not ready. They have not shown anything to us.
Simon Justice is the organizer for the Association of Licensed Courier Companies. Away from that, economist Professor Peter Korte is urging the Bank of Ghana to maintain the current monetary policy rates, warning that escalating tensions in the Middle East could trigger fresh economic volatility. His comments come as the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana prepares to hold its 129th regular meetings from March 16 to March 18, 2026 to assess recent developments in the Ghanaian economy. More in the following reports by Daniel Sakite.
With the United States, Israel, and Iran conflict showing no signs of easing, global oil markets are experiencing renewed volatility. Crude prices surged earlier amid disruptions to shipping activity around the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global oil transit route. The geopolitical tensions are also raising concerns domestically, with analysts projecting increases in fuel prices during the second pricing window of March, which begins on March 16th. While macroeconomic indicators remain positive, including inflation easing to 3.3%, former director of ISE, Professor Peter Korte, said the Bank of Ghana should keep the policy rate unchanged at 15.50%. He was speaking to the media on the sidelines of a public lecture marking the 70th anniversary of Wesley Grammar School.
I think they'll be minded by what is happening in the Gulf, so they'll be a bit cautious. It is too early for them to reduce or increase the rates. I think it's better they maintain the rate now and look at what happens in the immediate future.
Economist and former director of ISE, Professor Peter Korte, ending that report filed by Citi Business News' Daniel Sakete. Now, GCB Bank has rewarded customers who emerged winners in the second draw of its Part-to-Part promotion, an initiative aimed at encouraging savings and strengthening customer engagement. Speaking at the prize presentation ceremony, the executive head of retail banking at GCB Bank, Sina Kamagate, said the initiative forms part of the bank's broader efforts to promote financial discipline among customers while rewarding loyalty.
We were with you on the 22nd of December when we did the launch of our Part-to-Part promo, a promo that was intentioned to avail the opportunity to our customers to save, build points, and qualify for various awards. And then the grand finale where we are sending 3 lucky customers, I think 5 lucky customers to the World Cup in the Americas. 5 lucky customers. And so we have 4 different months of prizes, and then the grand finale, which is going to happen on the in May for the April savings. What are the dynamics? Very simple. Every customer of GCB, for every 300 Ghana cedis deposit you make, you build a point. So at the end of the month, we just do a simple ranking of all customers, and then the top 10 are rewarded. And so what you have seen is month 2 and then month 3 awards we have given out to customers.
That was the executive head, retail banking at GCB Bank, Sina Kamagate. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News, brought to you by Republic Bank. We are the one for you. Join the Republic verse. Do more, shine more, big up. I am Ijubi Miafe Akenti. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car, they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine, they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Ramadan Kareem, a season of peace, blessings, and giving. Electroland Ghana Limited is bringing blessings into your home with special value deals on Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO. NASCO TVs from just $699, bottom fridge freezer from $1999, chest freezer from $1999, Samsung 6 kg twin tab washing machine for 2,999 Ghana cedis, Samsung microwaves from 1,799 Ghana cedis, TCL 43 inches for 2,999 Ghana cedis, TCL water dispenser for 1,599 5,999 Ghana cedis. TCL front load inverter for 5,999 Ghana cedis. Media air cooler for 1,499 Ghana cedis. Air fryer, juicer, stand mixer, and blender at all special Ramadan prices. Visit EGL showrooms and authorized dealers nationwide. Call us on 0503 159739 and on our website at www.electrolandgh.com. Electroland Ghana, bringing Ramadan value home.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News on Citi 97.3 FM. And this is Point Blank. Tonight on Point Blank, we'll go to the Northeast region to precise the Yo-Yo constituency, because the Member of Parliament for the area, Suleiman Al-Hassan, is my guest tonight on Point Blank. We'll talk about Parliament, constituency, and the general governance in this country. Lassa, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And how's the constituency?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Yes.
You're a first-time member of Parliament.
Yes.
How's it been for you?
It is not easy, but I'm doing my best.
If it's not easy, what exactly do you mean if you say it is not easy?
Coming from Unyo, if you are somebody who knows Unyo, you would understand that the challenges there are huge. And so as a new member of Parliament, you wouldn't get things easy. Your people have a lot of hope in you, and they expect that within a year or two, you have solved most of the problems.
Is it not because of the promises you gave them?
As a politician, we don't just go around giving promises.
Oh, really?
We speak based on the challenges down there.
And you promise them that you will fix the challenges.
When you come, you would lobby to fix them. So when you are lobbying for something, as and when it will be given to you is not guaranteed. And so that is where the challenge comes.
By your people, do they know that you are lobbying for them? What they want is what they want.
They know.
Okay.
Yes.
You talk about challenges in the constituency. Tell me some of the challenges you face in the Yo-Yo constituency.
Yes, Yo-Yo is one of the deprived areas, because when it comes to education, health, our roads, network, even electricity is our main challenge. We have over 60% of the communities without electricity.
60%?
We have most of the communities where...
What's the general population size like?
Yo is around 70,000.
And 60% of this 70,000 do not have access to electricity?
No.
And what's the district assembly doing about this?
What can the district assembly do when it comes to connecting to the national grid? They have little to, but we are pushing, and things are far advanced, and I'm sure very well that within some few months we should have some contractors on site to connect most of the communities.
If you don't have electricity, then it's affecting education, it's affecting health, it's affecting general development in the country. Let's talk about education. You started with education.
We have series of communities without schools. The students or the wards will have to walk for some kilometers to other communities to attend school. And the major problem in Unyo is even the few schools we have limited teachers. You can go to a whole school and we have only one teacher.
For a whole school?
2 teachers. How possible would that teacher be able to teach all these children? So it's a major, challenge.
Is it that the teachers refuse posting to that area?
Mostly, we get teachers coming within some few months. They find their ways and means to leave because one, there's no electricity. Imagine if you are posted to a place that you can't even get access to lights, no network, the roads are bad. I don't think you will be comfortable to work there.
And so are the people there coping?
Yeah, we are used to it. That is where I was born. So Accra is a strange place to me. And if you are born there, you will not even know what is happening in other areas until you travel. But we are doing our best to change the narratives. Yes.
And how are you doing your best to change it? Because I've not been there, but the picture you are painting, I can just imagine the situation on the ground.
I'm doing my best because the current president is a listening president and he understands the dynamics of the area. He knows you very well when it comes to roads, electricity, and those things. So what I'm doing is to just move to the ministries, the authorities, to remind and keep reminding them to attend to some of our challenges. And so far, so good.
You have tarred roads?
No, but at the moment, the big push is passing through my constituency. So Unyo is going to benefit not less than 30 kilometers of the big push.
Okay.
So it will be in the history that this will be the first time for the good people of Unyo to see Thai road.
The first time?
Yes. Because the entire constituency.
No, Suleiman, hold on. This will be the first time
for us.
Third roads will be constructed in the constituency.
In the constituency, exactly.
In the district as well?
Yes. The entire district. We don't have 1 kilometer Thai road anywhere in the Unyo and Swan district.
When was this district created?
We had our constituency in 2012. And then we had our own district. I think that was around 2017, 2018, when the MPP took over. Yes.
And the MPs you've had since 2012, what have they been doing?
They have done their part. And I am also here to...
Let's talk about health. Yes. You have health facilities there?
We have few cheap compounds. We have some health centers. We don't even have polyclinic in the Unyo and Swan district. So the doctors they are talking about posting them, I don't think they even posted any in Unyo and Swan
Maybe
district.
They did, but they refused to show up.
No. Where would they come and work? The cheap compound. Post a doctor to come to Unyo. And these cheap compounds, most of them, the community have to come together and build some place for even where the nurse will stay is another challenge. But this current government, all the cheap compounds we are building, there is health nurses' quarters attached to the cheap compound. And I think in that way, whoever is posted will be comfortable a little to stay. Yes.
Did the district benefit from the Agenda 111?
Yes, we had one, which is uncompleted. It's about, let's say, 50-60%. Yes. So we are chasing the health minister to help us complete it, and it will help us a lot. Yes.
Interesting. So listen to Eyewitness, and this is Point Blank. My guest tonight is Suleiman Al-Hassan. He's a member of parliament for the Unyo constituency in the Northeast region. Away from the constituency, but let's still stay with the constituency, because I'm told that you don't even have an ambulance in the constituency. But I remember the previous administration did the one constituency, one ambulance.
Yes.
You never had one in the constituency?
We got our share, and it worked just like a year, and got broken. Since then, we've never seen it. When I resumed office, I asked of it, and I was told it had a problem, and they've moved it to Kumasi, up to date.
For over 3 years?
Yes.
You haven't seen your ambulance?
Never.
And have you done follow-ups? If they say it's in Kumasi, have you done follow-ups?
I did. I contacted the regional boards for ambulance. And then I even told him to get in touch with whoever is in charge. Let me know the cost.
Yeah.
Then we see how we can work it out.
Till today?
Till today, we haven't. In fact, I'm trying to see if I can get one for the constituency from my MP's common.
Yeah.
Yes, so we are.
But now that you don't have, if there's an emergency, what do you do? I mean, your people in there, what do they do?
As a leader, sometimes you have to provide means of transportation, sometimes pick up, which you know very well that it is not every condition you can just pick somebody with an ordinary car. That has been the challenge. Yes.
Let's talk about Parliament. How are you finding your feet? You're a first time. Are you learning, the rules of Parliament very well?
Oh yes, Parliament is a challenging place when you are a new person, and I believe that being a first timer, it is a season to learn. So I listen more, I learn more, so that I'll be able to find my grounds very well in the near future.
From your CV from Parliament, you serve on the Food, Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee. The issue of cocoa has dominated conversations in Parliament for some time now. What's the general take on this cocoa politics? The government decision to reduce the farm gate prices, the minority constant press conference asking government to restore to the old price. What's the general impression about this?
Yes, thank you. The few comments I have about these cocoa issues, we all know the world market price of cocoa today. And I hear the minority side telling us we promise cocoa farmers 6,000, 7,000, we should pay them. But at the time we were promising cocoa farmers such amount, how much was the world market price of cocoa? It was around 7,000 per ton or even more. And they were paying cocoa farmers 3,100, am I right? Today, the world market price of cocoa, it has come down drastically.
Unless I'll urge you to speak up because we can hardly hear you.
Yes. And so the cocoa price today at the world market, it has come down drastically.
Yeah.
So you don't expect any businessman or any government to buy something, let's say 2 Ghana cedis, then you go and sell it at 1 Ghana cedis. I am from a border town. If we choose to maintain our cocoa prices, the chances of even our neighboring countries smuggling in their cocoa to sell at a higher price, it would have increased. We are in the border town. Anytime we are selling maize and we think Togo, the price is better, we send it there to sell. So the reality is the world market price of cocoa, it has come down. And you don't expect the government to go and borrow money or find money somewhere to come and buy something at a higher price, then you go and sell it at a cheaper price. It doesn't make sense. So the only thing is to engage the cocoa farmers to understand. And I also hope and pray that when the price goes up, we should let the cocoa farmers to benefit. And that is the only thing I can say about it. For the politics, we will do it. If the MPP government was in power today, I don't think they could have even paid cocoa farmers up to 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh, really?
If you are taking 7,200 per ton and you are giving them 3,100, today that it has come to 4,000, how much will you be paying them?
But they were paying them before you came to power.
How much were they selling cocoa at that time? Nobody thought the price would come down to this stage. So they are just doing politics with it.
But they say that during their campaign, it was one of your major campaign promises to the cocoa farmers.
What?
And so if there's something like this, more or less, may offer that dame, as they say.
That is why I'm asking you how much.
You deceive the cocoa farmers.
How much was a ton of cocoa the time we were promising? We spoke based on that. You understand? And they knew it. If going to sell the cocoa at $7,200 per ton, you came back and gave the cocoa farmer $3,100. If today you send that same cocoa and you are selling at $4,100, how much will you give it to a cocoa farmer?
So for you, the minority
so they are doing propaganda.
Politics with it.
It's politics they are doing, but they won't succeed because Ghanaians, we are wise now.
But you think the ordinary cocoa farmer agrees and understands what you are telling me?
We would educate them.
For how long?
Most of them, they are getting to understand the truth. He didn't see some of the farmers saying that when they see any MPP member in their cocoa farm, they will stone the person.
I didn't see that.
I saw it somewhere.
And that's what the cocoa farmer says?
Yes, because they know that the MPP, they are doing politics with the cocoa issues. How much is cocoa in Cote d'Ivoire now? Is it better than Ghana? So it's politics they are doing. Yes.
Let's talk about another issue that also dominated conversation. You're a young man.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll be in your late 30s or 40s. Yes. The recent security recruitment and the press conference addressed by the Interior Minister. Are you worried as a member of Parliament that a slot of 5,000, over 500,000 people applied? You worried as a member of Parliament about youth unemployment in this country?
Yeah, I'm very worried about our youth unemployment in this country. And I am afraid. I don't know the magic any government can come and do that all our youth will get jobs. I haven't worked in any government sector growing up. I was doing my own business. And that ended me into politics. So I believe that as we are chasing for white-collar jobs, we should equally change our way of, our educational system, where the youth doesn't just go to school to acquire the certificate because they want to get jobs. Let's shift it to a stage where when you are going to school, you are learning something that you can do on your own, even if no politicians or any politician holds your hand. Apart from that, it will be difficult for any government to come and employ all the youth. Imagine when the MPP was promising one district, one factory. Even if we had the factories in every district, how many youth would the factory employ?
But at least it will reduce the number.
It will reduce, but it wouldn't change. Look at the number of people who graduate every day.
Yeah.
When you go to other countries, you realize that nobody's chasing government jobs, just like Africa or Ghana here. So I believe that we should start thinking outside the box.
Such as?
Today, when you move to Accra town, you will realize that foreigners are taking over with regards to our small businesses. And they are making a lot of money. You see somebody doing mobile money and he's not a Ghanaian. And that person is making better money than the jobs we are chasing today. But no youth is looking at those ones because we feel, I've gone to school and I have my degree and I should be given a better job. There is no job on this earth that is bad, except you, the one holding it. If you choose to make any job better, you'll be a better person. So I always use myself as an example. I started my political career. I wanted to come to Parliament without any certificate. Because I contested in 2019 and lost the primaries. At that time, I wasn't even in university. It was after I lost my primaries, I went to university. I could not speak any proper English. But I don't let that bring my morale down. In my business, I had graduates, people with masters. You can speak your English very well. But the truth is, I am the CEO.
Yeah.
I know a lot of opportunities that if the youth begin to open their eyes, we can see them. Otherwise, you see these Chinese are coming. Everywhere you go, China more. You see other neighboring countries, they are doing the small business and they are making a lot of money and taking our monies away. Today, how many graduates wants to do any selling of water outside there? We cannot all go into the police service, military service, just like that. We can do other things. We can do other things and we'll make it. If I had sat down somewhere to say that I want to, at the time, the reason I didn't go to school, I didn't have money to sponsor myself. Home is not good. So I choose to do marketing. I sell my products and I make my small money. Through that, I'm in Parliament today. I am not in Parliament because I'm one of the learned person. No. I am just a street boy who thought beyond or outside the box, and I am here. So I believe that.
But I don't think as a country we have, I had someone say that as a country we have failed the youth in putting proper programs in place just for the youth in their development.
Yes, we have failed and we can't blame anybody. From the beginning, our educational system
is a problem.
It's a problem. Because when you go to China, the way we do our education here is not the same thing. You go to any shop, the father, the mother, the child who had also completed university, they are all doing the same job. Today, how many of us selling goods in Mankwala over 20, 30 years ago wants your child to come back and sit there? The works we do, we don't even want our children to do it because we feel we didn't have the opportunity. That is why we are doing it. Today, farming is not for the poor. So if I was a farmer and I'm fortunate to be here, I should be able to train my children to do the farming in a proper, better way. So that my child will not have to go and be chasing any politician to provide him or her a job. But if I make it look like because I didn't go to any proper school, that is why I'm farming, do you think my child will want to do it?
Is it about orientation?
We need to re-educate our youths. Growing up, our parents, when you manage to finish school, before you finish, there is a job for you. Today, it's no more like that. In my community those days, if you bring a letter, maybe it's only one person that can read it. The entire community will come together for that person to read. Today, every house, there is somebody there who can read and understand.
But is that not good?
It is good.
Yeah.
So those days, going to school was a gateway to get a better job. Today, it's not like that. You can have your master's, you can have your PhD, and you still be hungry. Where are the jobs? Imagine opportunity of 5,000. We have over 500,000 people applying for it. And everybody wants to get. And one funny thing is, as politicians, when you speak the truth,
they don't like you.
They don't like you. They don't like you. Let me use this opportunity to say that when we were coming to power, all the style and the strategies, the way the MPP recruited these security personnel, we said we didn't like it. Going to serve your country, you don't need to know any politician. Let's put it in a way that we know some people, they don't belong to NDC and MPP. For them, when the country is going well, they follow.
Yeah.
If it's going bad, they go against you. So let's put systems in place to make sure that everybody gets the same share of opportunity. You see how our grassroots are angry today? Because they want us to do what the MPP did, and Ghanaians got angry.
So you feel your grassroots is pushing you to do what you don't want to do?
Yes.
But you must listen to them because they give you the opportunity to
We
come to
must
power.
listen to them to some extent, because if you don't listen to them, they will say, then let's go and fold our arms and sit down. Come and win your election alone.
And,
So
and,
fighting...
and does it put pressure on you, the politician?
It does. I had received over 300 to 400 applicants from my constituency.
Your constituency?
Yes.
This is just you. You can imagine your colleagues.
My colleagues, same. And they all expect that you help them.
And if you don't help
they
them,
supported you.
And if you don't help them,
if you don't help them, next time you call them, they won't mind you.
Alasa, thank you very much for coming. My guest tonight is point blank Suleiman Alasa, Member of Parliament for the Yo-Yo constituency in the Eastern region. Northeast region. Alasa, thank you very much for coming. And that's where we draw the curtains on today's exciting edition of Eyewitness News that came to you live from our studios here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafi. Earlier you heard Ajubi Wiafi Akenton show produced by Beverly London, Kobna Wilson, Fred Tete Jabano. With technical support from Emmanuel Latte. So we'll come your way again. May the good Lord be with us all.